Hi everybody, I'm Pastor Bill, and this is Fixing Things. You know something? I'm not giving up on this old truck. We just put the carburetor on it, we got it running good and everything else, and that old water pump is leaking. So we're going to put a water pump on this truck today. That's what we're going to do. So let's get with it. Alright, so the water pump is definitely leaking. I think first thing we do is just drain whatever water's in there. Kind of like a deja vu, right? This is the same thing that was shooting up the fan hit. Alright, while it's draining, let's see if we can't get these fan bolts off. Oh, not good, that one's kind of stripped. See if I can't find a 3/8 6-sided. Yeah, 3/8 6-sided did it. Wow, that sucker's on tight. Then I'm gonna have to get me an S-wing. S-wing hammer coming up. Put a piece of cardboard here. Alright, didn't find a cardboard big enough. Got a towel. That's not good. Let's see if I damage the daggone it. I think we're good though. Just needed some extra oomph. Mia Spoosa's calling. Hola, mi amor. These type of bolts go into the water jacket, so you got to put a little bit of RVT on the threads or they'll leak right down through the edge of the bolt. See that? See it wet? Won't be long, I'll be going back on there, but I may have a broken bolt on the one side. We're going to take a look at it. Oh. Gotta catch the water so Greta's not angry at me. All right. Sure is a heavy sucker. All right, now that the batteries are in there. All right, so take 3. It almost looks like a 289. It's the right one. Put that right there out of the way. All right, so this one's wore out. I mean, it's loose. And this piece here is no account. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a hose thingy. So I can't buy that one that I know of. But I'm pretty sure I can make something. So that's what we're going to do. Then I got a nipple for the other one. Let me find some thread sealer. too much thread stuff on that one. There it goes. Pretty. Okay, we're about to call it for a night, but I'm going to attach this gasket onto it first. Again, we're going to be using the high temp copper spray on gasket sealer. It's my favorite. Plus it matches the paint by accident. I wasn't actually, all I did was grab some paint that was on the shelf. I want to paint the motor teal. But this copper spray looks pretty good. All right, so this is some twine that you use for like making chalk boxes and stuff like that. I'm going to pull one string out of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to tie it onto it. See, because you'll be fighting it the whole time. So you want to leave enough string on it to get your fat fingers and do the thing. You ain't got to tie any kind of special super knot or anything. Just a granny knot. Pull one strand out of it. That's old school right there. If you ever pull apart a motor and you see something like that on it, you know there was a real mechanic on there. Didn't even have a gasket on it. Just RVT, and it wasn't leaking at the gasket. But there was nothing wrong with this thread. It did have mud dauber's nest up in it. Bolt just never got put in there. It was a remanufactured pump. Somebody's pulling up in the driveway. I think these are my people. Okay, I just got done rebuilding the pulley. That's what the thing's called. Just rebuilt that. Look at that. That's like brand new now. Put that spray on rebuild kit on it. And I rebuilt the brand new pump. Got the gasket tied on it. It's ready to go. That's not paint. That's the gasket stuff. Got the things on it. It's ready to install. So let's get putting that on there. Now I like to use a little bit of grease on the tips of all my bolts. So we're gonna put a little bit of grease on there. The back side of these bolts are exposed to the elements, and it just allows the next time you take it apart to be nice and easy. And the two bolts that goes into the water jacket, I got some thread sealer on there. See that? Just like I used on the water pump and on the other stuff. Now see if we can thread that one that was jacked up. Note how I'm just not tightening them all down at one time. You got to go around in a series, crossing over. Because this is just a thin piece of cast iron. If you tighten just one down, I just dropped the microphone in there. Ah, she's dead. Turn off. Turn off. Yeah, turned out to be a real good day. My Rhodes microphone fell down into the antifreeze. Someone's coming up the driveway. Oh, it's my daughter. Let's see how this brand new hose fits. It's supposed to be the one for this truck's. Woo! My piece I made. It's not touching, but it's close. I can get the blade of the screwdriver in between it. All right. Freshly rebuilt. All right, put that. We got a problem. We got a big problem. We got a major problem. The water pump's hitting. The impeller on the inside's hitting the... let me go look at the other. Okay. The impeller is binding on something inside there. I went over and looked at the other one. It's tight tolerances. And I remember there was some scum on the inside of that thing. I mean, it went together smooth, and it's got to be the right pump. So it's turning. It's turning more freely now. Listen. Something's in there. I think it's just scum. It's almost free now. It's still rubbing. All right, we're gonna try it. I think it's just on the inside of the lip. I noticed there was like puddle of rusty, scaly stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's what that is. All right, we want the bolt hole straight up. Straight up. That's rebuilt right there. All right. I gotta take it back off. My hose clamp is rubbing on it. This hose clamp right there is hitting. Take my Klein's dikes. It's pretty tough stuff. Got it. Okay, let's try this again. Much better. Please remind me I gotta take that, I'm gonna get rid of that right now. That thing blew up in my fan last time I started it. The fluid in it went all over the place, all over me. I got another project now. My F350 is not shifting. The lever that goes down the column broke again. All right, that fan's on. It's definitely, if it's rubbing on something metal, it's going to wear out soon enough when it runs. I don't think it was metal. It's trash. Alright, let's get the fan belts. So when I went into the auto parts store down the street, and I asked for a set of matched belts. Now I'm not lying to you. They had no idea what I was talking about. I said match. They match. They got the same psychedelic collars. I said they're the exact same size. They're matched. I said it's going on a twin V pulley. And so I even brought the old belts in. And he pulled a device out that measured it, which is fine. right? And then he was measuring both belts. And I said, well, you ain't got to measure both belts, so you only got to measure one. He goes, but one is different than the other. I said, no, it's stretched. I said, the pulley, the pump was wiggling because it's loose. And I said, the inside belt got stretched. So he brought me 2 different size belts. I said, dude, they got to be the same belt. And then he got all mad. And he said, well, he goes, they're 2 different size belts that's on your truck. I said, they're the same belt. One is stretched. I said, you got to have a matched set. And they still didn't give me a matched set. He gave me 2 of the belts. Now, a matched set, both belts come in the same package. If I were to order it from Gates, it would have came in the same package. Come on, parts guys, you got to know your stuff. All right. Hopefully they're their exact same size. But you got 2 different size belts. Ooh, she's looking pretty. Look at that. Definitely got to put a zip tie right there. Okay, that's about all I'm going to be able to do on this episode of Fixing Things. Got the water pump on. It looks good. It's like got that rebuild all over it. I mean, I was pretty scared there for a second when it wouldn't move. It was, I mean, I couldn't budge it with my hands, and I went and got that big pair of channel lock pliers on it, and it started to move. It had to bear down some pressure. So, but the inside, when I went back and looked at the inside the old pump, it had metal scaling, probably rust, and it was almost, I tried using a screwdriver in it, and it was just like touching cast iron, but it wasn't. It was just built up scale rust, and it comes loose. So I think it's gonna be okay. If it ain't, guess I gotta buy another water pump. Don't want my wife to hear me say that. I probably spend too much money on my projects, but I love doing my projects. I don't like them when they go sour, but I do like them when they go good. And today, it's a sour note. So my Rode Go wireless microphone fell down into the bucket of antifreeze, and it's ruined. It's shot. I quickly dried it off, blow dried it and everything with the air compressor, and it's shot. I went inside and I took it apart and I dried it all out, and as soon as I hook the charging cord into it, the charging cord gets real hot. So I don't know. It acted like it wanted to start back up for a minute, oh, maybe I'll let it sit for a couple days. But I went ahead and ordered me another one. It's another expense. But today we got the water pump on, and she looks good. Looks real good. In the process of everything that I was doing today, my F350 pickup truck, the column gear shift piece, it's made out of El Cheapo metal. It busted up today, so the truck left me stranded, and I had to push it with my Nissan back into the hole. Parked it right. Well, I'll show you. So here it is right here. So, and you can see I got the tow chain on it, and I got the other my other vehicle over there, the one that needs the fuel pump. So now this one doesn't work, and that one doesn't work, this one doesn't work, and my only one that works is my Nissan across the street. That's my property too. And I had to move everything around because my gravel came in today, because this Saturday coming up, I got some guys coming out to help me work on the footers. And Monday I'm going to call it in for an inspection. Well, actually I'm going to call it in this week for an inspection Monday. And that way we can get the concrete. And as soon as I get the concrete in, I can call the people that's going to put the building in. And that will be a sunshiny day. So I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He's the one that gives me strength. He's the one that makes me feel good. He's the one who supplies me my money. He's the one who does everything and just makes everything work all together. You know, there's been a couple times on these projects where I thought, man, this ain't going good at all. And just to find out later it was better that it happened that way, because something on the vehicle wasn't going to last. And see, that's how God works. God works that way. He always does me good. God bless every one of you out there. You can do all things also through Jesus Christ, who gives you strength. If you do it, you believe. God bless everybody.